It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 8th of February. I'm Michael Groff. An absolutely glorious day out there today. Mostly sunny skies will be up in the mid-70s. Then a warming trend for the rest of the week. Highs getting on up into the 80s. But then we turn sharply colder with a chance of rain this weekend. Let's get out there and discuss this morning. Mostly sunny skies here in the valley at 8 o'clock. We are at 55 degrees right now at Sky Harbor. Dew point at 46. Relative humidity 72%. The winds are light. The barometer is rising. Temperatures around the area at this hour. Few 40s on the board. 44 at Fort McDowell, 47 in Maricopa. But most of us are in the low and middle 50s to start the day. Mostly clear across the state at this hour. And the watch warning map. Some dense fog advisories along the Gulf Coast, parts of Mississippi, Tennessee. Some winter weather with a cold front from eastern Nebraska all the way into central Indiana. And some winter weather out here in the west, especially in the Pacific Northwest. Some winter weather advisories, winter storm watches and warnings up that way. And some winter weather conditions in parts of the Northeast. From Philadelphia to New York, Hartford, Boston today. Some snow expected. On the convective outlook, yesterday we had a very active day with some tornadoes. That same system that produced those severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, large hail in parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi, now shifting off to the east today. We've got a marginal risk of severe storms from northeast Mississippi through northern Alabama, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, east to Atlanta, Charleston, South Carolina, over toward Raleigh and Charlotte, with a slight risk of severe weather over eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina today. And again, all modes of severe weather are possible. I don't think the tornado risk is nearly as high as yesterday, but still could see a few isolated tornadoes. Certainly strong gusty winds and large hail, a better possibility there. As far as our weather goes, let's get out and talk about it as we look at the models and see what's happening. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. Ridge of high pressure building into the southwest. Mostly sunny skies. High temperatures in the mid-70s today. Tonight will be partly cloudy, mild. Low temperatures mainly in the low and middle 50s. Tomorrow, high pressure continues to build, and temperatures will climb into the upper 70s and lower 80s. A few of the warmest desert areas could get into the mid-80s. On Friday, here comes a cold front toward the Southern California coast. We see rain toward the LA Basin northeast to Las Vegas. Some increase in clouds will take place here, especially late in the day. Southerly flow out ahead of this system will promote some warm air advection, so we may actually wind up being warmer on Friday. The latest guidance coming in with a high of 83, and I think there's a chance we're even warmer than that Friday, with the sky turning partly to mostly cloudy late in the day. And then on Saturday, the changes really start to occur. The GFS continues to advertise a more aggressive system and better moisture advection. Precipitable water values climbing over 1 inch with this system as it begins to transition across the state. The European less bullish, but the idea is that there will be at least enough forcing for a pretty decent chance of showers, maybe even an isolated storm with this front as it crosses the area. So I would say we have about a 60% chance of rain on Saturday. This isn't going to be widespread heavy rain. I think this is a situation where with the frontal band, there's pretty good likelihood that most of us see some rain, but I would expect that the amounts will be less than 1/3 of an inch. Probably most of us see anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch here in the valley. Slightly higher amounts, of course, in the mountains north and east of Phoenix. Highs will be cooler. We'll be down in the low 70s on Saturday, if we even get there. It really depends on the timing of this front, too. The GFS has slowed this down ever so slightly. Then on Sunday, some of that energy closes off and forms a closed low over southern Arizona and northern Mexico. And so some moisture and dynamics will linger around for at least a small chance of showers, and it will be cooler as those upper heights continue to drop, and we'll have more clouds, and it'll be breezy as well, both Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures only in the low and middle 60s. In fact, the latest GFS only has a high of 60 here on Saturday. I think it might be a little bit warmer than that. But then on Monday, that low starts to shift off toward the east. Maybe some lingering moisture in eastern Arizona for a few showers, but I think we'll start to dry out. Partly cloudy skies, still breezy though, and high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. On Tuesday, that low moves out into the southern plains. There's a risk of severe weather and certainly some good rains for parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas. We should be fairly dry. The breezes will slack off and temperatures will rebound a bit. We don't see any major areas of high pressure building in. Temps getting back towards seasonal normals, which for this time of year, toward the low 70s. This is a week from today, Wednesday, February 15th. And you see ridging building to the west, generally north to northwesterly flow here across the state. Dry conditions, high temperatures, low 70s. This is Thursday, the 16th of February. Again, weak ridging here in the southwest. Seasonal temperatures, highs somewhere in the low 70s. And then this is the end of the forecast period, Friday, February 17th. And kind of an interesting scenario here. We've got a ridge building across the Central Plains, weak waves moving through the western states. And I don't think temperatures are going to get too out of hand. It looks like we'll have highs generally staying somewhere in the low 70s. Would expect some clouds with this pattern, but looks like most of the energy stays north of Arizona at this time. But a pretty large area of negative height anomalies across much of the northeast Pacific, and a pretty good trough out there, which may ultimately transition into the southwest or the western states over time. And we see that as we look at the temperature trends off the European ensemble. First of all, you see us getting warm tomorrow and Friday, then cooler for this weekend. But look at those temp trends as we get out toward the 18th, 19th, 20th of February. And that is a nod to the Europeans saying, hey, that large area of negative heights will transition into a pretty good trough moving into the west, ultimately. But that's way out toward 12 and 13 days out, so we have plenty of time to watch that. That's a look at the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video back here tomorrow morning. Thanks as always so much for watching. Have a great Wednesday.